Hey, this is MC Crawdaddy, Pizza Supreme. I'm chilling out in my house. Oof. That actually fucking happened. I'm chilling out in my house and I'm thinking about some stuff. Important stuff. Really important stuff. Z-Campers. I'm thinking about a few things. I'm thinking about my second spiritual experience with Z-Kamp. And I was just thinking, this is my bathroom. Look how cool my bathroom is, you guys. Ooh, stars everywhere. What? Toaster in the bathroom? What? You don't have a lighter and you need to light your cigarette and you need to use a toaster. Sorry, I got the camera flipped around funny, guys. I got the toaster to light your cigarettes when you don't have a lighter. I got the fucking ceramic toaster over here, right here. Ceramic toaster. My brother made that when he was a little kid. What? Think about that. How trippy is that? Look, and the two toasters are like lining up with each other. Whoa! How trippy is that shit? Well, you know, that's the life in a Z-Camper's life. Life of trippiness. But I was thinking about my second spiritual experience with Z-Kamp. And this is how it went down. I had all these people. I've been to my first Z-Kamp show. I had all these people hanging out down in Olympia, doing their thing. I really had like 30 people. A lot of people. Like at least 30 people. And then I'm like, hey, you guys, let's go to the Z-Kamp show. It's the last Z-Kamp show. It's the last one. We better go. Pretty pissed about that, but that's another story. Anyways, moment of silence for the anger that comes with the last Z-Kamp show idea. That pisses me off. No last Z-Kamp show. No last Z-Kamp show. But anyways, I fucking sat there and I'm like, alright, this is the last Z-Kamp show, you guys. Listen, this is a really cool band. This is a lot of good times. Everybody come to Z-Kamp with me. And they're all like, I don't want to drive home drunk. I'm like, well, you can stay the night there. It's in Maytown at the freaking Grange. There's bathrooms. There's a sink. There's a place to sleep. Like, everything's good. Oh, well, I don't want to go out there and run out of cigarettes, or I don't have enough weed, or blah, blah. And so I'm like, all right, fuck you guys. Like, listen, I'll make sure everybody has everything they need. Everybody's going to be good. Just come on out to the show. You will regret it if you don't come to the Z-Kamp show. It's badass shit. And so, and finally I'm like, you know what, dude? Why am I trying to convince these guys to have the best experience of their life? Oh, I'm going to beg and convince you to have the best experience of your life. Oh, please come have the best. Please have the. No, hell no. I'd rather not babysit. You don't want to come have a good time? Don't. You know, I'm not trying to babysit your ass all night. And so, I'm like, okay, do your thing. Well, that's about the time everybody decided, oh, I'm going with, we're coming, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hell yeah. Alright. So I go to the Z-Kamp. Quite a little ways away from Olympia. Everybody's out of their comfort zone, you know. Never been to Z-Kamp. They're worried about, like, oh, I know these Black House shows and the music and the mosh pits and I don't want to deal with all that. And I'm like, no, like, trust me. I'm your good friend. You guys know to trust me. Like, this is Z-Kamp. This is different. Alright. Blah, blah, blah. And so I fucking go there. So we're chilling out. And the music starts. And my really schizoid friend, his name's Ben. He doesn't believe in anything or like anything or hates everybody and everybody's out to do him dirty and people are going to rob him and the cops are going to bust him, blah, 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 blah. He starts being like, tripping out like, what's that magic? Crawdad, tell me what that magic is like. What is that sound coming from the speakers? Like, what is that bouncing off each other? Like, what is that when you say something and then and go back to my first spiritual experience with Z-Kamp. Not like I've seen this the first time with Z-Kamp, but I've just seen, like, our family, the spirit kind of does its thing kind of like this. And I'm starting to notice that. And it's all good. So we're chilling out. and I finally get everybody relaxed. And I break out the beers and I break out the buds and we're all smoking. We know we can smoke. We know we can drink. Life's good. Nobody's going to complain at us. We can do our thing. And all of a sudden I notice that everybody's starting to dance and stuff. And there's this big puddle of beer, I'd assume, in the middle of the dance floor next to my crowd. And I figured one of us spilt it. Well, I need to get this cleaned up. So I go walking over to the refrigerator that I'd seen previously in this building. And next to it is some mops, brooms, shit like that. And I go up to the refrigerator and I'm looking at the stuff and all of a sudden I hear this voice from behind me. It's this guy named John. I call him Johnny Boy. I didn't know him at the time, but I hear this voice from behind me. It says, "Hey dude, what, we're cleaning up already? The show just started, man. We don't need to clean up already." I'm like, "Hey, dude, my friend just spilled some stuff in the dance floor. I want to go clean it up." And, and he says, "Well, what is it, wet mess, dry mess?" And my mind starts getting boggled, and I say to him, "Hey, dude, I'm tripping too hard for this, man. Can we just go over to the dance floor and smoke a bowl?" And so we go over there. And I pack one and we light one up and I take a hit and I pass it to Johnny Boy. He takes a hit and he passes on, and all of a sudden I notice out the corner of my eye that there where the big mess is Johnny Boy with a mop bucket and a mop, and he's like, I can't really show you guys. He's like swirling around to the beat of the music, dude. Clean up the mess. And then at that moment, a song I never heard before was playing. And it was Try, Try, Try. And it was saying stuff like, try to be a perfect man, try to do all that I can, try but it only upsets me. And I saw him doing that. And I saw how everything I went to do had been accomplished without even trying to do it. And I saw that I'd been trying to calm everybody down, chill everybody out, make them comfortable, babysit everybody, and it was time for me to relax and chill out. Johnny Boy had me covered. But Try, Try, Try was playing this song, and I swear, time number 2, Z-Kamp was narrating everything happening in that moment in my life. How a motherfucker can write a song 10 months, 10 years, 20 years prior, and be there at that exact moment to narrate exactly what's happening in my life. And trust me, I only give you guys words. Experience the Z-Kamp experience for yourself and find out if I'm just talking words or not. Words are a very petty thing to try and describe something as powerful as this. But what I'm saying is my second spiritual experience with Z-Kamp ends with somebody clean up my mess, my friends all being comfortable for the night, good times, good vibes, good friends, and Z-Kamp narrating everything that was happening in my life. And more things happened that show, which will lead me on to spiritual experience number 3. But basically they go a little something like this. Pizza T said it was his last show. He was giving away all his t-shirts and all his memorabilia and pretty much making it known to everybody that it was done. And I was super sad. Why do I always have to catch the tail end of cool shit? Why do I always have to watch the cool stuff die? You know what I'm saying? I've watched a lot of it. The barter fairs, the rainbow gatherings, the rainbow family, the Grateful Dead. Do I need to go on? Do I need to kill everything you love by sitting here naming it out? But yeah, watched a lot of death, dude. When I was a little kid, you'd go out in a field and there'd be grasshoppers flying off everywhere. On a warm summer day, you'd hear the buzz of the grasshoppers chirp, 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 chirp in the grass. And now you walk through a field and you're lucky to see a grasshopper. Yeah, when was the last time you saw a grasshopper? When was the last time you heard the chirp of grasshoppers and cricket in the field? Yeah, not too recently, or you're lying. Remember the big monarch butterflies that used to fly through, the huge butterflies and stuff, and now we're lucky to see a little white moth bouncing from flower to flower, you know? You remember every time as fall would roll in, the bees would start stinging everybody. We'd start getting all kinds of bee stings because the bees were getting mad because it was getting cold. Where's all the bee stings? Where's all the bees? Things are changing, guys. It made me sad for a long time, you know? They always catch the tail end of the good things, you know? I mean, it kind of made me angry at God, you know? Like, why is this, you know? But I don't think we caught the end of the good things, man. I think we caught the beginning of the good things, and Z-Kamp is that. I really do, you know? Like, if I could have gone back and invested in Google or Starbucks when Google or Starbucks was starting out, it would have just been a little coffee shop on the corner. I never would have thought anything of it. But if I would have had the time to look and say there's something special about that coffee shop and invest in it, I'd be rich right now. And that's pretty much the investment that I'm saying we all should make, because I feel like I've been shown signs and a vision from God that straight up said, whatever God is, I ain't labeling him. You label him. You think you're that smart, you know? But there's something out there, and that energy is awesome to watch, and Z-Kamp can produce it, and that's pretty cool. I've never seen a one-man band produce what the Hippie Gathering could produce, you know? And so I'm just encouraging people to invest right now while the getting's good, and then we'll live that life that we would have lived if we would have invested into Starbucks or Google or whatever, you know? Because I really think Z-Kamp's something special, and they're worth it. I aim to prove it. Straight up, I aim to prove that, because how many stories am I going to tell you? How many witnesses am I going to give you before you say, hey, the guy's not tripping? Like, that's real shit. And so I'll leave you with that. Rest in peace or die, as my famous, awesome brother Pizza T would say. And Z-Kamp for life. And I love you guys very much.